Yo, what is up? So in this tutorial, we're just gonna work on our inventory icon, so that when we build our inventory, we'll have this icon that'll build with it. So yeah, we'll just be setting up our button style and such. So let's just hop into it. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go into our blueprints, widgets, inventory, and we're going to create a new widget. We're gonna call this inventory icon underscore W. I'm gonna open this guy up, and I'm gonna add a canvas panel, and then with this canvas panel, I'm gonna right click on it. I'm gonna wrap it with a scale box, then I'm gonna wrap it with a size box, and then on the size box I'm gonna do a width and height override of 1080 on both. That way it's just one size. And I'm gonna grab a button. We're gonna throw this guy on the canvas panel, and I'm just gonna rename this to item button. I'm gonna anchor it to the full and set its offsets to 0. And then for now, I'm just gonna make the tint of this a little darker on all of these. Okay, then I'm gonna find a text, throw this guy on the button, and I'm gonna call this item quantity text. I'm gonna check is variable. I'm gonna make the size of this 120. And I'm gonna give this my lemon milk font, and I'm gonna anchor this guy to the bottom right. I'm gonna set this to 0 for now. Yeah. I'm gonna give it an outline size of 1. Compile, save. And just to check this. Yeah, okay. So we'll set that to 0 for now. Then we're gonna go into the graph. I'm gonna get rid of event tick and event and pre-construct. And let me just check what I did here. Okay, so we're gonna want a variable called item info. This is gonna be our item info structure. So grab that guy, and we're gonna pull this item info in, and we're going to get our item image. Actually, before we do this, we're going to change our item image to a soft object reference, because right now there's a few things in our structures that are hard references that'll be always loaded in memory. So we're going to be redoing some things to make it more performant. So what we're going to do on our item image, our texture 2D here, we're going to change this to a soft object reference. Just do that. We'll do a save all, because I just changed a bunch of things there. So yeah, we'll make it a soft object reference, and if you know anything about references, soft object references are going to be more performant than a hard reference, which is what a texture 2D would be by default. It would be a hard reference. So we're doing this to make it a soft reference. But we're just gonna break this guy open, and for now we're gonna do a load async load asset. And what async load does is it basically waits on it to exist pretty much, and then it'll move on the completed. So basically once the image exists, it'll move on to what we do after this. Next, we're gonna do we're gonna cast to a texture 2D. So, cast to texture 2D. We're gonna set the object to our object right here. And on this guy, I'm just gonna hide unconnected pins and throw this guy up here. Then what we wanna do is we wanna get our item button. So grab our item button, and we're going to set style. Hook this guy into here. And I'm just gonna pull this guy back a bit. And we're gonna make a button style. And then in the normal, we're gonna make slate brush. And we're just gonna take this guy down. And all we really want to do on this one right here, we're gonna hook this to the normal and the pressed. And we're just gonna hook, let me check. We want, yeah. So we're just gonna hook this guy. Hook this guy into our item image. And then I'm gonna duplicate this guy right here. And plug this into the hovered. We're gonna also hook this into the item image. And then on the tint on our hovered right here, we're just gonna make slate color. And this is gonna be the color that it shows when you hover over the icon. So I'm just gonna make it like a dark gray. You can make it whatever you want. Then I'm just gonna click on these, hide unconnected pins. And pull these guys up here. Cool. Then the next thing we wanna do is we're just gonna set our text of our item quantity. So grab our item quantity text. And we're gonna set text. Plug this guy in. Like that. We're gonna grab our item info. We're gonna break this guy open. And we're gonna get our current stack and just plug this into the text. And then I'm gonna hide unconnected pins. Like that. And let me just make sure that's all I did here. Yep. Okay. So that's all we need to do for here, but there's another little note. So because we changed our item image to a soft object reference, that broke some things with our components. Our inventory component in here. So if we do a compile, you see we now get a bunch of errors. So we need to change the way that we're building our inventory. So I'm just going to give you a little reference for how we're going to do this, and then in the next part I'll go through and actually fix all of them. But for now I'm just going to fix one, and then in the next video we'll go through and fix all of them. So as you can see right here, we now have an error saying in use pin item image no longer exists on node break item as item info. Please refresh. So we're just going to change the way we're doing this to a cleaner way. So off of here, I'm going to set members. Then on set members, I'm just going to open this little category thing right here. I'm going to check item index. Plug this guy in. Plug this guy in. And plug the struct out into the item right here. And we're just going to delete this whole entire thing right here. And then on the add, we're going to hook this to our item index. And I'm just going to try to clean some of this up right here. clean this stuff up. Then we need to... We can delete this print string for now. Then we need to do the same thing down here. So what we're doing down here is on our item found, we're gonna set members. And we're just changing our current stack down here. So I'm gonna check current stack on this. Plug this guy into the item. Plug this guy in. And then plug that guy to the true. And I'm just gonna delete this whole side. Click on this guy. We're gonna hide unconnected pins. And we're gonna just +1 to our current stack here. And yeah, that's kind of the idea of what we're gonna be doing in the next part. So if you think you have the idea for how this works, you can go ahead and, you know, finish it off on your own if you want to. But we're gonna go through and do all of that in the next part. So yeah, basically just the idea is we're getting rid of where we're breaking and open that. We're just setting members to the only thing that we're changing, which is our item index here. And then all we're changing over here is our current stack. And then just plugging that stuff in. So for now, we're gonna call it here for this one. In the next part, we'll fix our add to inventory functions. And yeah. So if you liked the video, hit the like button. If you're new around here, definitely subscribe. If you have any questions, let me know those down in the comments. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.